about 1 mile to the north in Glass at sunrise. Morning hunt, day 1. We hiked about 1.5 miles over the steepest terrain I've ever hiked in my life. It was probably a good thing it was dark going in, because I couldn't see what was ahead of me, but would it take us about an hour and 15 minutes to get to a good spot. We found an excellent spot to glass. We stayed there for the morning doing that. Then I decided I wanted to move about 50 yards over just to see a new vantage point. The cameraman there was going to stay where he was at. And I proceeded to do so, but as soon as I got to my new spot to glass, I had to go to the bathroom, like right away. So, I'm doing that, and behind me I hear something run up, stop, and take off. So I finish up what I'm doing, kind of mosey on back over to Joe. And the first thing he says is 2 muleys. If I would have stayed right where I was at, might have had a shot opportunity. From there, after that, it just kind of went downhill. A lot of grouse hunters, a lot of shots off behind us, and then there started to be a guy on a Polaris, and so we made another hike and proceeded to kind of do a big circle, and our hike back was 2.5 hours, probably longer, more like 2 hours 45 minutes, on the steepest terrain I've ever hiked. I was so ready to be done with it, but we made it. We'll try to organize camp a little bit, get some food, maybe a nap, figure out what we're going to do for the evening. Perry County Whitetails. Alright, here we go. Round 2, day 1. Got some food, got some energy, drank some coffee, so we're going to go back at it. We didn't come here to camp, we came here to hunt. So, a little view of what we're working with. There's camp, Jeep. Well, sitting here glassing. I've been here about an hour and a half in the same spot. About 1,000 feet down is a creek, and the hope is that anything bedded down there will come up out of the creek bed to feed, and then I'll see it. It's It's not as hot as they called for, but it's still pretty hot and dry. Once again, this hunting thing is not just a walk in the park. If I succeed in killing an elk or a muley, it will be the most work I ever had to put in to kill an animal. I probably hiked at least 8 miles today in some of the steepest terrain I've ever even set foot on. But it is about 5 o'clock, so hopefully things start to heat up here in the elk department. But if not, I still have a great view. All right, day 1, round 2 recap. We found the herd. Unfortunately, we didn't get any shots off. We were glassing for a long time, sitting back in some shade glassing, and Joe said, "Hey, I think I see some elk." So we both focused down, and sure enough, we got a couple. I think we started with 3. By the time we saw the whole herd, there's a big old bull in the back, and about 10 to 15 more came from down from the top, cows. So we were debating sitting there glassing them or try to take a go at them, and we took a go at them. And I'm going to call that trial and error. We made a lot of mistakes, kind of went barreling in. We needed to back out and try to come around. That would have been miles to do that. So maybe we would have been better off just to glass them tonight and get a plan together for tomorrow, because we were fighting time. We had 2 hours from the moment we first saw the first elk, and we did get down almost to the bottom of the canyon. Over here, we're in Cottonwood Creek Canyon. So the herd spotted us and took off, went into the cover. We kept after them for a little bit, and then we stopped, made some calls, and a spike actually responded, kind of headed towards us. So we just sat still. We heard him off to the left, but we never saw him again. And then a brutal hike back up. This Idaho country is unbelievable. You look up a hill, and it just goes on forever. You look up a hill, and it just goes on forever. And it just goes on forever. But there's no quit in us, so we're just gonna keep at it. Get some rest, and be back at it tomorrow. Alright. Evening, day 2. This is going to be our last hunt up here for the Labor Day weekend. We have a plan. Feel like it's a pretty good one. We're going after the same herd that we saw last night. Just hoping we didn't really push them too hard. I'm going to say we didn't really go, once they hit cover, we didn't really go after them. So I'm hoping they'll be in the same area. We're gonna go down through the creek this time. Feel like it's gonna be a better vantage point, cover, and quieter for sure. So we're throwing all the chips in the middle on this one. It's 2 o'clock right now. It is hot. We've seen more bird hunters today than we've seen all weekend. Shots quieted down. I think they all are out of the heat now. So yeah, we're gonna go get them. Well, this about wraps it up for the hunting part of it anyway. We're probably about 4 miles back this canyon. The night ended, we spotted a cow. We stalked it, and as I was stalking it, Joe spotted a black bear, and the elk also spotted the black bear and wandered off down the hill. But I am totally exhausted. If you look around, this is the most beautiful country I've seen in a long time. So that'll do it. You can't say it wasn't for the lack of trying, that's for sure. You look up a hill and it just goes on forever. And it just goes on forever. So we'll try to get on out of here before well, it will be dark. Probably got 2 hours. Well, it's foggy, and I don't know how to hunt elk or mule deer if you can't glass them. It didn't start out foggy, but about an hour ago it rolled in and it is thick. I'm about 3 miles back from the road. I'm gonna try to wait it out. I found a little spot that's not very windy. Eat a snack, drink some water, but it's not looking good. This fog makes it impossible. The weather was great, low 30s. It's great, so I didn't anticipate fog with it though. Just goes to show you never know. You got it in Perry County, and you got it in western Idaho. Currently about 5,600 feet elevation. Sorry. Whoa. But yeah, this is my view. I'm gonna have some lunch and decide whether I'm getting out of here or not. And from the looks of it, I'm getting out of here.